What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of the MadGood Knicks Show. I'm Far, that's Jay, here with special guest. Y'all probably recognize this face.
Probably.
Anthony Donahue, host of 33rd and 7th podcast on the Blue Wire Network. Anthony, we've had you on in the past. We had to bring you on again to talk lottery.
Thanks for having me. Wait, am I supposed to make some hand gestures before we start? Because he was making, as soon as it started, he's like,
just-
I
I mean,
don't know what. I don't know
You're
what
a
exactly-
radio guy, right?
can't
So,
control
like,
it.
this is, all right.
No,
yeah,
no, I'm part Italian too, so I do stuff with my
Okay,
hands
fair
a lot.
enough. All right.
You know what I'm saying? But
So-
he was going in straight dance mode.
Passion.
You know what I'm saying?
In case you guys are wondering, this is part of the series where we are just going to different venues around the city, changing it up. We are at Muscle Maker Grill on the Upper East Side. Got some delicious food in front of us. I have the Rocky Balboa wrap, some turkey meatballs. It's delicious. We got some chicken nuggets here. What do you have going on over there?
Sesame chicken pasta.
Solid.
Delicious.
That does
Highly
look great.
recommended.
That does look great.
I needed this food.
Oh,
Perfect.
chips.
We got the
Got the
chips.
chips and
We
Guys,
got
do the honor.
guacamole.
Do the
Obviously,
honor.
we need chips.
It's
Want me to
necessary.
go
It's
first?
necessary.
Go first, man.
You
break,
have
break
to.
it
You
in.
just have to.
We have to break bread here, man. The Knicks might have done something great, might have done something terrible. I can't fully tell, but that's what we're
Third
going to
pick,
talk
baby.
about right now.
Third
Anthony,
pick.
I want to start off first.
Yeah.
Describe to me that Tuesday night of the NBA lottery. Where were you? And then what happened when they announced the fourth pick and then the third pick? Take me through that.
I gotta
story.
say,
So misleading.
So, I gotta say, Tuesday night, I've had a lot of drama-filled nights in my life being a Knicks fan, going back to some nights in the 90s, some crazy nights in the 2000s. But Tuesday night, I never experienced more just raw emotion in a
Yeah.
really long time. And
It was the biggest lottery ever.
there was a lot of Knicks fans. Obviously, we were all hoping for the number one pick. You should always hope to be the best. But there was an 86% chance we weren't getting the number one pick. So my thing was, just don't get 4 or 5. Of course, will there be a Paul Pierce? Will there be a Damian Lillard? Will there be a Donovan Mitchell in this draft? I'm sure there will be. But we know this is a 3-player draft for the most
Absolutely.
part. Talking about Zion Williamson, Ja Morant. And
By the
guy-
way, in your memory of watching lottery, have you ever seen all of the draft picks there in the front row?
I think they started that a year or two ago.
Was that last year?
Yeah, they
this year in
started that.
particular,
Yeah.
it looked like, wow, Zion's right there. They caught the camera reaction.
They've done that
You get to see the
before.
disappointment in his face immediately.
So a lot of Knicks
Immediately.
fans who are very negative, and I understand. Listen, if you're a Knicks fan, you're negative. I totally understand that
Everything
as well.
hurts. Everything hurts.
So most Knicks fans were expecting to get the 5 pick.
Right.
So I was at the Pensley, which is a venue next to Madison Square Garden. I was an exclusive Knicks season ticket holder event. It was a great event. Latrell Sprewell was there. David Lee was there. Larry Johnson was there. It was an awesome. Marcus Camby was there serving tacos.
No,
it was awesome.
lit.
It was a phenomenal event. So once they announced the 5th pick, you had a big roar.
Yep.
Then they went to commercial break.
Yep.
And then and my biggest fear going to commercial break was the Lakers are still there.
I know.
And they had a 1% chance of the number 1 pick. Come back from break.
2%.
Come back from break, and they announced the Lakers. And it felt like what happened 20 years ago today as we taped this show, Allen Houston shot versus Miami. When they announced the Lakers at 4, the place
was
went
great.
nuts.
Amazing.
And 15 seconds later, they announced the Knicks. Now, even me, was I a little bit deflated? Of
course.
Sure. But was I going nuts? Was I going crazy and throwing a tantrum? No.
So let's talk about that.
Not at all.
Let's
Stephen A.
talk
Smith,
about
that was
that.
overrated.
Do
That was an
I
acting
want
thing.
Zion? Who wouldn't want Zion? But you're going to get most likely I doubt you're going to get Ja Morant, but you're getting RJ Barrett. You look at RJ Barrett's numbers, he almost put up identical numbers to Zion Williamson. The only difference is Zion Williamson is a freaking highlight reel, and RJ Barrett is not as much as a highlight reel. RJ Barrett is a great player.
Yep. So let's talk about that third pick. And by the way, if you haven't already seen it, go check out our post-draft video where we posted our reactions. I think every Knicks fan had the same exact reaction. Holy
of
crap,
course. You're
Lakers
like,
are in the
"Oh."
top 4. Holy crap,
Yep.
Lakers are in the top 4. Oh my God, they got the 4th pick. Thank God.
Right.
Next worst thing that could happen is New Orleans being ahead of us.
Yeah.
Because then the AD trade value
Took away the
goes down
trade
the drain.
leverage completely away from us.
Absolutely. So
However,
let's-
keeping that tandem of college in the NBA,
that's
it's
the
interesting
part.
for them.
Overall, positive state of the Knicks. Your thumbs up. They're on the
Yeah,
up. They're
absolutely.
trending
We
up.
have been through so much hell for the last 18 years. I mean, with the exception a little bit when Donnie Walsh was running the organization, I feel this is the first time in a really long time where I can look at the New York Knicks hierarchy. I look at Steve Mills. I look at Scott Perry. I look at David Fizdale. And I say, I trust the organization. And how many times over the last 18 years can you say, I trust the organization?
You spoke to Marcus Camby on your podcast, 33rd and 7th. Talk to me a little bit about how he broke down the Melo situation.
Well, the Melo situation now?
Yeah.
Well, he said he's being blackballed. And I think he is too. Listen, I don't know why Melo's being blackballed because everything I know about Melo, he's a very good guy. I've had a lot of interactions with him. He's awesome. He's well loved by his peers. So I'm kind of shocked that no teams would have picked him. Now, listen, does Melo have a big ego? Of course. Is Melo willing to play the Dwayne Wade role?
Are you ever going to bring him back on the Knicks? Like if he comes back, veteran minimum, so that's about like 2.6 million.
If the Knicks were to get Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and Melo said, "I'll come off the bench and I'm going to play 20."
He ain't coming off the bench though.
Then no. But
come on, Melo.
And listen, we've seen in the playoffs, the mid-range game is important. Yeah. Look what CJ McCollum has been doing. So if Carmelo Anthony is willing to accept a bench role, then yeah, I would bring Melo back. But if
I would love to have him in the fourth quarter there too.
Yeah, and there could be games Melo could even take the last shot. But if Melo thinks he's going to come back to the Knicks, play 35 minutes a night, and start, well, that's not happening. But if Melo wants to come back,
why are we treating Melo like a child?
It sucks.
It's like you got your last-minute shot.
No, he could be in the last minute. He could be in the last minute.
I wouldn't be mad, but if you have Kyrie and KD, I'm not sure if I want Melo taking that last shot.
So that's why you have Kyrie and KD also.
You spoke to David Lee and Nate Robinson. How did that go? Can you give us a little preview of what's to come?
Well, it was actually just David Lee.
David Lee.
Yeah. It was just David Lee. And I hadn't seen David in a few years, and I linked up with him the last few nights. And came on the show. We taped it today. And David Lee and I go way back. We go back to 2005. So when I first started doing Knicks content, I was doing a show out in Long Island where I paid for the airtime.
Nice.
And I mean, the show was streamed online, but there was no podcast. There was no re-listen. And I might have had 20 listeners a show. But guys like David Lee, Nate Robinson, Wilson Chandler, Zach Randolph years later, Jamal Crawford, Quentin Richardson. These guys would call in my show. And slowly but surely, people started to find out.
Puts a little tingle in my heart, man, hearing all those names.
Who Anthony Donahue was. And in those teams,
how'd it go?
It went awesome.
What was David Lee's reaction to what's happening? What's his reaction with the state of the Knicks?
David Lee and I, we talked a lot about the drama between, especially 05 and 08, where it was always something with the organization, always drama, always noise. And he's been around the Knicks a good amount the last year. And he said the culture around the organization now is so much different. Yep. And he first learned what culture the organization is like when he got, like I said, he got to Golden State in 2010.
Yeah. When Amari Stoudemire a couple months ago came out and talked about James Dolan. Yeah. And said how well he treated the superstar that was in New York. Any inkling from your end, or just general opinion about what James Dolan has taken a backseat, and I applaud him for that.
And he has since Phil Jackson got hired.
He hired and fired Phil Jackson.
Basketball
operations stays out.
Unfortunately, Phil didn't work. But,
he had some altercations with fans, the whole Oakley situation.
Yeah, that was a little weird. The fan thing.
That stuff. Do you think that plays a role in players' mind about coming to New York?
No, because Dolan will meet with the players, and they'll be on the private jet. They'll be eating pork chops and caviar.
I wish that was publicized more.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not octopus.
You know what I'd love to see? You know what I'd love to see is like, and he'll never do it. Like if Dolan just acted like he'll never be Mark Cuban, obviously.
Right.
But like maybe be somewhere in the middle, like maybe come to the game one day in a Knicks t-shirt.
Yeah.
Show your human side.
I agree. That'd be cool. Because like he seems like he knows he has money.
Right. I know he's not going to be Mark Cuban. I know he's not going to be Steve Ballmer. But come to the game one day in a Knicks fitted in Tim's.
Please, James Dolan, do that.
Show your human side.
Get like a nice little shape up and fade while you're at it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I promise you, his band sales will probably go up too.
I never really had a lot of Timbs in my life.
Really?
I've always been a big sneaker guy, even in the winter.
Oh, sneaker. That qualifies.
It's about
as a New Yorker.
Bad excuse.
Anthony, what's
valid? Okay.
What's the fantasy dream scenario? Let's start with the starting five, and I'll say mine first. All right, you could build off of that. This is my ideal.
Can I announce
Knicks
like Mike
starting five.
Krzyzewski?
Coach K comes in and No, so we have Kyrie Irving at the point guard.
Yeah, that's mine.
RJ Barrett at the shooting guard.
Okay.
Kevin Knox at small forward, with Durant at power forward, and DeAndre Jordan at center, with the bench roughly making up the young guys that we have right now, with a couple of veteran men.
That's exactly mine. Unless you want, my only difference would be is if you wanted to bring RJ off the bench and you started Damian Dotson. Other than that, you made because RJ's a rookie, you bring him off the bench for instant offense. You bring him off the bench with Dennis Smith Jr., with Alonzo Trier. But yeah, that's mine too. And I would, Mitchell Robinson would probably even play more than DeAndre. But I
think halfway through the season, Mitchell Robinson starts.
Right, but if you're winning, you keep DeAndre in that starting role. You don't change it. But yeah, that's exactly my dream starting lineup.
I think Mitch is going to force a scenario. Jay?
You know what?
DeAndre's
I say at the point guard, we still actually keep DSJ. I know, surprising.
Interesting.
Listen where I'm going with this. I say with number 2, I'll pick your playboy, Klay Thompson. Let's try to pry
He's
him
not.
away.
You think he's coming to New York?
Come on,
He's
man.
so...
He's looked dejected in certain
but
videos
he's
out
so
there. I can play you
California.
some videos while you speak. Him looking dejected in the interview.
He's
Anyways,
as
I continue, RJ
I don't want to cut
Barrett
you off
at
on your own
3.
show, but he's so
RJ
California.
Barrett.
But you said something so stupid I have to.
I'll take it. And I'll take RJ Barrett at 3. I'm going to take Durant at 4. K-Knox coming off the bench, 6 man, and I'll take Mitch at 5.
So you mentioned
Interesting.
Klay Thompson. I had
sexy right there.
I had
a sexy lineup.
I like it. I don't think Klay would come here, especially if KD leaves. Like, I don't think both of them are going to team up. And
So
like,
You just asked me my dream, though.
I know.
I don't know. Now we've never seen Klay Thompson go back and forth with the media. Klay Thompson is a California guy.
Chill.
I had Roz Gold Unwoode on my show last week, and she was the Warriors silent reporter for 3 years. And she talked about on my show is that obviously the Warriors were winning all the time, but they never once got asked a hard question.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Durant can handle
But it's also hard to ask hard
when
questions.
you're winning all the time.
73 and not like
Right,
that's.
but
that's
but I don't know if Klay Thompson is built for New York.
yeah. No,
I think Kevin Durant. I could definitely see Kevin Durant having some back and forth with Mark Berman, and I think it'll be fun. But I do believe Kevin Durant is built for the city.
I think Kevin Durant knows mentally what he's getting
with the
himself
burner
into.
accounts that he has. There's a certain mental
But I think
aspect
yes.
there.
But I
He
do.
gets too involved in that.
I agree.
You're Kevin
I agree.
Durant. You're Kevin Durant. What are you doing, bro?
I think with Kevin Durant, though, and I agree with you. I do. I get it. I think once the game starts and the ball's in the air, I feel he's totally not affected. Is there a level of sensitivity?
The man is 7 foot. He can score above anything. He's the original unicorn, the OG.
He is. Yeah, he is.
So we kind of take one unicorn for the other.
He's Kevin Durant.
But I also feel like that's also one of the issues with Kyrie, especially his time in Boston.
Yeah, Kyrie can be a little weird.
He's
All right, no, but
I
hear me out on
should've shot
Kyrie.
30
Hear me out on Kyrie.
Was he
for a
trolling
second.
there?
I think he definitely will. I think he
He
stopped
had to have
giving
been,
a
right?
fuck after a while, man.
Oh,
I
you can
think,
curse on the MadGood Knicks Show?
I think. Oh, you're allowed. We're on YouTube, baby. We're good.
But you guys really, I watch it. You guys really drop bombs, though.
You know how we do. So I think here's the thing with Kyrie Irving. Brad Stevens' system, I don't think it's meant for a superstar like Kyrie Irving. I think that's where Kyrie thought he was getting himself into a good situation until he realized, damn, I really have to play hard-body team ball. I think when he plays under a guy like Fizdale and you have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving as the main ball handlers and the primary scorers, I think that's something Fizdale can work out a la his Miami Heat experience.
Yeah, there was times Boston, I felt, was using a 25-second shot clock this season. You know, where they were almost playing, they were all almost playing too unselfish, trying to make it work.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's just because a lot of young guys were scared of Kyrie.
Yeah.
I think that Kevin Durant and Kyrie, we know they're best friends. All right, just make the deal, bring them to New York. Case closed. How do you feel about Kemba before we wrap this up?
I like Kemba. He's a Bronx guy. I'm a Bronx guy. If for some reason it was Kemba and not Kyrie, I'm not
That's
mad at that.
totally fine. I think that's
not mad at that.
He's been putting
and Kemba, and not that Kyrie isn't. Kyrie hit one of the biggest shots in NBA playoff history, but we haven't really seen Kemba in the playoffs much. But I was at the Big East tournament in 2011 when he hit that game winner. Kemba Walker's a beast.
He is.
And he's a New Yorker. I wouldn't mind seeing Kemba Walker
He's
here
a bad,
running the floor.
bad man.
And there's something about if your point guard's from New York. I was hoping that Stephon Marbury was going to be on a championship parade. That didn't happen, but it would be kind of cool if Kemba Walker was our point guard with Kevin Durant. That would be pretty cool.
That'd be
I'm
awesome.
not against that at all.
I think bottom line, I sense the theme here. I think the Knicks are in good shape.
Yes, we are.
I think folks need to stop overreacting.
For the first
that we
time in a
didn't
really
get
long
Zion.
time.
We got
It
options.
sucks that we didn't get Zion, but the odds were not in our favor at all. And we're not the Phoenix Suns or the Cleveland Cavaliers dropping to 6 and 7.
Right.
So that in and of itself is a big W. And the Lakers have the lower pick odds too, which matters in some universe. What do you think about the dumpster fire out there, real quick?
The Lakers, So
Isn't it great to see other fans protesting though?
It's amazing. And obviously, if you're, I spend a decent amount of time out in LA, and I talk to a lot of Laker fans that are our age group and even older. And many times a Laker fan will say to me, "Yo, bro, I feel your pain. I'm a Laker fan." And they'll be like, our age group. And I'll be like, dog, yes, you guys have had a few bad years, but you have seen 5 championships since the year 2000. You've seen your team in the finals 7 times.
You had a GOAT on your team.
So, stop. But now, seeing what's going on in the Laker Nation now as a Knicks fan, is it kind of weird?
With LeBron there.
I was just about to say that.
Is it kind of
adds a
weird
little something special
to make fun of another organization? I guess. But the Lakers, and those people at the protest, I can beat up with my pinky. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the gangsters at? You know what I'm saying? Like, that protest was one of the weakest things I've ever seen in my life.
There's like 6 people there.
Hey, man, they're practicing. Like, give them some time. They don't have the experience as Knicks fans.
They're getting warm up. They're warming up.
All right, so in conclusion, I mean, the Knicks are doing all right. All right, we're not in a bad position. We got, like you said, $1 billion in cap space. I think we're going to sign a bunch of good free agents. Overall, do you have any predictions for next season in terms of where we might end up? I know there's so much out there, but let's hear that bold call, Anthony.
I think a year from now, we're playing in the conference finals.
Yes! You heard it here, guys.
I believe
MadGood Knicks Show, Anthony Donahue. Check out his podcast, 33rd and 7th. The David Lee one is dropping very soon. And check out some of the other ones. They're pretty dope. Anthony, my man.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
It's a
Much
MadGood
love.
Knicks Show, baby. Go Knicks.
Delicious food, delicious.
Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
That was dope.
Thank you.